Hi, I'm Howard Tree for Howard Forums. Here's the Google Galaxy Nexus from Samsung. The Galaxy Nexus is the first ice cream sandwich phone that's Android 4.0. So the Galaxy Nexus has a 1280 by 720 display. It's a Super AMOLED. Look how black it is. You see these buttons here? They're actually part of the display, but the area around them is so dark, it actually looks like part of the phone, like the phone's body and not the screen. It's pretty thin. There aren't a lot of buttons on it. So this is the power button. This is the volume buttons. And on the back are the speaker, and this is an 8 megapixel camera with a flash. And on the bottom is the headphone jack and micro USB. There's nothing on top. So like I said, check out the battery cover. It's very similar to the Galaxy S2. It's very flexible. And yeah, when you put it on, it makes the same horrible noises. So let's compare the Galaxy Nexus with some other phones. Here's the Motorola Razr. It's got a smaller screen. It is a little bit skinnier. Really, it doesn't matter to me. They both feel the same thickness. The Razr's got a smaller display, but they're about the same width. Actually, the Razr's a little bit wider and longer. And let's compare it with the iPhone. Here's my 4S. The 4S's display is a lot smaller. So the 4S is, yeah, it's just way smaller. It's narrower, much shorter. They're about the same thickness. So like I said, the menu buttons are now part of the screen. You'll notice that they're more similar to Honeycomb, the tablet version of Android. So there's back, home, and the multitask button, instead of back, home, menu, and search, like on Gingerbread. So the home screens have been changed. You'll notice that the Google search bar is persistent across all screens. Another thing that's new is that you can customize these icons. So I can pull that one out and put this Howard Forums icon there. Pressing and holding here allows you to change the wallpaper. It doesn't allow you to put widgets in. And when you move icons around, you'll notice the grid. So let me just clean this up a little. So if you want to add a widget, you go to the main menu. So check this out. Now the main menu, you move left and right. Instead of having one huge long screen of icons, now it splits them into pages. So these are all the programs I have installed. If you keep scrolling, you see here's a list of the widgets. So I'm gonna put a widget on the home screen gallery. So let me put a widget on my home screen. So I'll put this weather one in. There you go. Now another thing that's new on the home page is that you can create folders. So I'm gonna put these two together. You see, by default there's a Google folder and it has all these Google programs in it, and then I've just created a new one here and I can rename it. Now you'll notice the new keyboard. It's not all that different from the one on Gingerbread 2.3, but it does work a little better. The size of the screen also makes it a little easier to type on. Now speaking about the size, this is a 4.65 inch screen. It's quite large, and I've been complaining a lot that big screens are hard to use, but actually this one's not so bad. One reason I don't like big screens is that there's no room for buttons at the bottom. On this one, since the buttons are part of the screen, there's enough space for me to type with two hands. It's kind of hard to do this on camera, but you just have to take my word for it. It works all right. Actually, the Galaxy Nexus, it's pretty easy to use with one hand. You see I've got a fat thumb, but even so I don't really touch the screen by accident. So actually I can get away with using the phone with one hand sometimes. So a lot of the apps have changed. Check out the browser. It can support up to 16 tabs. I have 2 of them open right now, and to close them you just go like that. Another feature I like is that you can open incognito tabs. These tabs, incognito tabs, don't store any cookie or any information, so it's good for if you want to lend your phone to someone. They want to check Facebook or Google or their Gmail. They can log in, and when they're done, it won't remember any of their information. Now back to the menu. Another big difference is the multitask button. If you've used Honeycomb before, you'll notice this. So I have a list of all the programs I have running right now. What I like is that you can close your programs really easily, like that. Other new features are the camera. In the past, pure Google phones don't have very good camera apps. This one's alright. Check out the speed of it. When it makes that noise, it's taking a picture, so it's pretty fast. It focuses really fast too, and there's a panorama feature. It'd probably work better if I was using 2 hands and I wasn't doing this on camera, but you get the idea. And another new feature is the video camera. It can record 1080p video. Video quality is alright. You'll notice that the Google Plus program is built into the phone. Notice how fast it is when I'm moving back and forth. This Movie Studio is a video editor. So here's a video I was working with my kid. So you can put different clips together, you can add music, and then you can export it. You can actually export it as a 1080p video if you want. Now, I mentioned there's Google+. One thing that's missing from here is Facebook. On my Nexus 1, when you go Settings, Accounts, there's usually a Facebook and sometimes even a Twitter option. There isn't on this one. So take that, Facebook. There's also this Videos app, which is new, but really it's a program you use to watch videos you've rented from the Android marketplace. You can also watch your videos that you put on the device. I don't have them on right now, but I put a 720p MKV and a 480p AVI, and while it was able to display thumbnails for them, it couldn't play them back for whatever reason. Now, there's been a few changes in the settings. Check this out. Now, these days, data usage is going up, but carriers are letting you use less of it. So there's this useful data usage graph. I've only had the Nexus for a few hours, so you can't really see much on the graph, but it shows you how much data you've used each day, which program uses how much data, and you can actually drill down and see how much data, for example, the marketplace is using each day. But since I haven't had it that long, you can't really see too much. The battery app has been changed also. Before you just had this part showing you which is using how much power. Now you have this cool graph that shows you how the battery charge, how it's been the last couple of hours. You can even see what the network signal is like. It's pretty geeky, but it's pretty cool at the same time. So that's the Galaxy Nexus from Samsung. I'm Howard Truey for Howard Forums. Thanks for watching.